Hey guys, it's Sean from Stray Angel again, and right now I'm over at the ARRI booth with Snehal, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the new ARRI AMIRA camera. So why don't you start us off, resolution, frame rates, all that kind of stuff.
Well, basically this is a baby Alexa camera, because if you look at the Alexa EV camera or Classic, which was a 16:9 camera, can do up to 2K recording in QuickTime, ProRes. This does all that, up to 200 frames a second at a lower cost and a smaller package. So that's basically the biggest selling point about the camera. The camera itself is only 10 pounds, so it's 30% lighter than what the Alexa was. And it gives you frame rates, like I said, up to 200 frames a second in full quality, no windowing, no loss of image quality whatsoever. It only records compressed formats. So this one doesn't record RAW internally, nor does it have the capability of doing RAW externally with a recorder either. Okay, so if you want to go RAW, you have to go Alexa. But if you want to use ProRes and you're good with that format, then this is the camera that you want to use.
So really this camera is more sort of geared for a documentary perspective than straight up on-set filmmaking. Is that sort of where you guys are going with this camera?
Well, believe it or not, a lot of Alexa films have been shooting in 2K QuickTime for cost saving and hard drive saving, reasons, because that's 8:1 compression from our RAW. Although we're starting to see a big demand for RAW now, especially in the high-end commercials, because you can see the color fidelity and the quality of image is slightly better with the RAW image than having 8:1 compression, for QuickTime ProRes. So it depends, but it's not just for documentary style. I think that it's also good for like reality shows, for interview based things. But if you kit it out, then you can use it, and we'll show you in a second two different versions of the camera in terms of how it was kitted out. But basically, you can set it up to be an ENG style camera, or you can set it up to be a film style camera, whatever you like. So it's all up to you. There's 3 different flavors of software that you can get with the AMIRA, which I think is really innovative. First of all, the hardware is exactly the same between the basic, advanced, and premium package. What's different is things like the basic only has Rec. 709, which is basically like 90% of these shows that run around ENG style, they don't want log C, they don't have time to color correct, or nor do they want to. So they try to keep it simple. So for them, Rec. 709, not having a lot of high frame rates, having just like 422 ProRes recording is more than enough. Advanced, you get a little bit more features, higher frame rates, now you get log C. In the premium, you have wireless and Bluetooth activated, you have 200 frames a second, ProRes 444, full quality, 2K recording, all these other things. And the great thing is with these licenses is that the difference in the camera prices is what the difference is in the prices of the licenses themselves, the software licenses. So you can actually upgrade to a different license. If you buy an advanced package, you can upgrade permanently to a premium package just by paying the difference in what the 2 camera bodies would be. Or you can even rent it weekly. So you have an advanced package camera, which you paid a good price for, but next week you have a music video and they want to do Phantom. You're like, hey, wait a minute, I can get 200 frames a second. Let me just rent the license for a week and I can get full Alexa quality out of it instead of compromising and going to another camera system. So there you go.
And is that renting out the increased licenses, is that done directly through ARRI?
Yes, that's done on our website actually. So at first you would register on our website with the serial number of your camera and get an account. Once you have an account, then basically it's instantaneous. You pay for the license, you get a download, you download it, put it on your USB card, put the USB card in a slot, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it.
Okay, and then on the front of the camera here, the lens mount options, is it PL only or do you have other options?
PL mount with or without LDS, meaning lens data system. B4 mount and EF are our current choices. So this will be able to, you can use all your EF mount glass if you wanted to, or you can use 2/3 chip cameras, lenses, that have a mount that actually magnifies the image circle to fit the Super 35.
Do you lose any light when you do that?
You do, but the new mount that we have, the light loss is minimal. Not as much as the adapters that used to be on the market.
That's awesome, actually.
Let's go check them out, actually.
Yeah, let's take a look at the full-blown rigs. So this is the AMIRA in the ENG mode. Snehal, why don't you tell us a little bit about all the different accessories you guys have working here?
Sure. As you can see, that we have a quick release, like the Sony-style V-Lock quick release plate on the bottom with a shoulder pad that actually can be adjusted, moved up and forward and backwards with just a little touch of a lever over here. And I can put this back over here so we can take a closer look at it. But basically this has the B4 mount. So I'm using a Fujinon ENG lens over here that has a zoom rocker built in. This is meant for ENG style, carrying it around. And we have this adjustable top handle too, so you can move the viewfinder back and forth. And of course you can do, move this around to reposition it to where you want to. The viewfinder is that we have on here is made for the AMIRA, okay? So this is not a third-party item, this is a new viewfinder system, and it's OLED. So it's a really clear picture. It senses when you're looking through it and turns on. Otherwise, you could have we have an LCD screen over here with the image and the menu system as well. So when you turn on the camera, really the menu system looks just like the Alexa. It's very familiar. And the great thing about this camera is that you have lots of adjustable settings. So for example, this is white balance. I have my different choices of white balances that I can have over here, pre-programmed through the menu, and I could choose between them. So let's say I'm going between inside and outside. It's just a quick flip of the switch and I'm out. Of course, you could always lock that in place as well. We have little adapters for adapting microphone mounts, gold mount or V-mount battery on the back. But basically this is compact, has all the functions like we talked about. It's meant for the single operator. So really all the controls are accessible from the operator themselves. Now if we move up to the premium package over here.
Right, so this is the cinema outfitted AMIRA here. Why don't you run us through what you got playing here?
So over here we have a bottom plate that actually mounts to a bridge style film plate. So right now we have a lightweight zoom, but let's say we had a big barrel zoom on it. We could actually put a BP 8 or 9 at the bottom for studio rods and have a lens support in the correct position and put a matte box in the correct position and use it just like an Alexa. This package, the premium package of course comes with the full software like we talked about, but also we have the added on accessories on the bottom, and again with the quick release you can actually adjust it forward or backwards, and the same thing at the top. You could adjust forward or backwards, and we have a cheese plate up here that's like a low mode plate that I could have a handle on. If I take the handle off, I could use it for Steadicam, but as you can see, I can move it backwards and forward to kind of balance out depending on what lens I'm using. And we have the Alexa mounting bracket over here for our viewfinder, so we have that same strength that we had on the Alexa in terms of viewfinder operation. But this allows you then to, do what you've always done with the Alexa and put it in a, studio configuration. This can also be handheld. So for a filmmaker, I think they would like this kind of accessories. ENG operators might like the other accessories, but you have a choice. And a rental house, if they're going to buy a package, more than likely they're going to get the premium package to give their customer the most choices. So you'll end up being able to do whatever you want with the camera.
Well, thank you very much for talking with us about the AMIRA, and thank you guys for watching. Keep watching the blog and our website. We're going to put up some test footage from the AMIRA once we get our hands on it, and thank you for watching.